Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you. Welcome to the third lecture on poetic devices. The much awaited video on meters in poetry is finally out and I'm very excited to share this video with you. Meters for many of you must be a hard nut to crack, but don't worry, I have made it so easy for you. So watch it for a couple of times to grasp it effectively. For scores of students, meters seem alien and out of place. The reason may be that they have not been acquainted with it in their schools, or they didn't find it so easy to grasp, or they are not aware of its importance. In fact, meter is the most important element in poetry because meters determine the powerful rhythm in poetry and music. Availing these meters, you can create a powerful and effective rhythm in poetry, or you can read a poem like a pro.
"O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack. The prize we sought is won."
So how these meters work? Let's see these two examples. The first example is from a poem by Walt Whitman. This poem doesn't follow any meter. This is a free verse. And the second example is from a poem that follows meter. So let's see the difference between these two. Example 1. A noiseless patient spider, a marked where on a little promontory it stood isolated, marked how to explore the vacant, vast surrounding. It launched forth filament out of itself, ever unreeling them, ever tirelessly speeding them. And you, O my soul, where you stand, surrounded, detached in measureless oceans of space. Now see this poem. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair. This is Trees by James Kilmer. Did you see the difference between the first example and the second example? In the first example, you saw that rhythm is sort of natural. You recite it the way you want it, and the second poem demands to be recited in a different way, in a different pattern, because it follows a particular meter. You see, the I think that I shall never see. Let me give one more example of the poem that follows meter. Like we have this beautiful poem, Two Blossoms by Robert Herrick. It goes like this. Fair pledges of a fruitful tree, why do ye fall so fast? Your date is not so past, but you may stay yet here a while to blush and gently smile and go at last. So you see this da 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 is going on. So this creates a sort of patterned rhythm in the poem. It's amazing, isn't it? More amazement is coming when you learn how it works. So let's see how it works. I have divided the explanation into 4 sections. In the first section, we shall be talking about the very definition of meters in poetry, and in the second section, we shall get acquainted with a few terms related to meters, like we have syllables, we have foot, we have unstressed and stressed. And in the third section, we shall be talking about the 5 types of meters. And the last shall be dedicated to the 5 tips how to assess and how to use meters in poetry.